everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a wonderful Christmas Eve. Thank you so much for joining me, or a wonderful day, depending on when you watch this video. But today we're making 4 more cards, our final 4 cards using the Spellbinders Crafty Advent Calendar for 2025. Let's go ahead and go over the elements of the windows really quickly. Window 21 is a small window down here. And I already put all the dies on my magnet. So this is a word die and it says best wishes. That's window 21. Window 22 is this one here. Really pretty image on the front. And that is a stencil set. The stencil set is a 3-piece. You can use them on their own, but they look wonderful layered together. So that was in window 22. Window number 23 is this one right here. It was another die set. And it is a fun little roller skate. There's lots of dies to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 dies to create this cute little roller skate. And then lastly, our last die that was in our advent calendar is this over here, window 24. Window 24 is this cute little lucky horseshoe that you can add the good luck to or not. And then it also has a clover that you can die cut out 2 of these, and then you have the stem to create a cute little good luck card. So that's it behind our window number 24. So we're going to make a roller skate card, a good luck card, a stenciled card, and then with best wishes, since there's no elements to go with it, I thought we would pull some packaging. We're going to actually pull packaging from window 11. I'm just going to pop this out, and then I'm also going to pop out, I think, window number 18. We're going to use window number 18's. Oops, I almost ripped the flower. So we're going to use these on our first little note card. And that is everything in our advent calendar for today's card projects. We're making the same little note cards. And again, if you're not into note cards, just pop up a panel that we're making, put it on the middle of an A2 size card, and it'll work out beautifully too. So if you're not into note cards, you have that option. The colors that I'm using today, I picked out, there's 5 colors, but we'll probably throw in a little bit of black. We have Anchor, Rainforest, Carrot, Waterfall, and then this is Pomegranate. Okay, a little bit of a different color palette, but I think it's going to coordinate with our window toppers beautifully too. Okay, these are the colors we're going to be using, and we're just going to jump in and, the note card size. The note card sizes are the same ones we've been using, but in case you guys are new, my note cards are 3 3/4 inches tall, and if you open it up, they're 5 1/4 inches wide. I just scored down the middle and then fold it in half. Those are the size of our note cards. Okay, I'm going to grab one, and what I'm going to do is trim this out, and then I'm also going to fussy cut out this flower. And I'm also going to, I'm bringing my Scout today, I'm going to die cut out my best wishes from our first window, window 21. And we're going to die cut it out with, maybe we should use white. I'm not sure. I'll cut it out with white cardstock and then also my gray cardstock. I'm not sure what color I want to use, and so having 2 is great because I can stack them. I'm going to go ahead and take some white next. My flower's fussy cut out. For this, I just trimmed along the white edge and then the notches here, but I'm not worried about the notch because we're going to cover it. And then I have a panel of our waterfall cardstock. This is just slightly smaller than my card base. Let's go ahead and adhere this to our note card. Okay, and then we will add our packaging. I'm going to put the notch facing the right. Then we will add our packaging. I evenly spaced it on the top and the sides. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit thicker. And then I have a strip of green cardstock. This is a 3/4 inch strip. We're going to layer this strip about, I would say, 1/2 inch from the left. We'll tack this down, And then I will trim off the bottom here. This is just going to break up the colors because these colors are very similar. And then I'm going to flip over my flower. We are going to add a little dimension with the foam square. And this is where my leave's going to cover up that notch, and no one will know, and it's also going to cover up the 11 here. No one will ever know the difference. Wonderful. And then we can go ahead and add our best wishes down here on the bottom. And now for finishing touches, I'm bringing in some of my Color Essential Gems. These are the Crystal Mix. Crystal Mix has two different colors, like a cloudy white color and then an iridescent. I'm going to use the cloudy white, and we're going to add a gem, just one white cloudy one in the center of our flower. I'm going to bring in, and then I'm going to bring in my diamond stickles, and I'm going to go over the inside portion of the flower here, add a little extra sparkle. That's all there is to window number 21 using the packaging. I think that turned out cute. Now we're going to jump in to window number 22, which is our stencil. And I have 3 different inks. I have a red, a teal, and an orange. I'm using my Pawsitively saturated inks. We have cherry, seafoam, and sherbet. And what I'm going to do is stencil twice on an A2 panel. I think I can get them both in here. I think if I line it up in the corner, it's just going to be easier. I'll tape it down with some low tack tape. And we're going to go over this one with orange. Now I'm going to wipe off my stencil. I got ink over here, and that's okay. I'm going to take my stencil, lift it up, and I'm going to put it in this bottom corner. They're overlapping, and I'm not worried about it because we're going to end up trimming these down anyway, okay? So instead of using orange for this one, I'm going to use my seafoam, and we're going to go over this one again. And for my next layer, we're going to use stencil number 2. And again, we're going to put this one up in this corner. I'm going to use my cherry ink for, we'll use cherry ink for this top one. I'm just going to wipe this off. And then I'm going to pick it up and we're going to put it over here in this corner. And I'm going to use my orange ink for this one. And we'll just wipe this one off. Lovely. And lastly, we're going to do the same thing with stencil number 3. We'll just line it up in this corner. And we're going to do the same thing using the color we haven't used on that one. This one here is our seafoam. So let's add that. I'll wipe it off. And then we will flip it around down here on this bottom corner. I haven't used my red down here, so we're going to add the red. Now, I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to trim them into 2. I'm going to bring in my everlasting circles, and we're going to find a circle that will fit this. We're just going to go ahead and cut these out. We'll line this one up and I'll do the same thing. We're going to overlap these on our panel. I'm going to actually lightly tack these down. I'm going to layer these here. And then anything overhanging, I'm just going to trim away. Now we're going to add a little dimension. So we will just pop these up with some foam squares. So now we have some dimension, and we can just tack this down in front of our note card. For my greeting, we're going to bring in window number 19 stamp set. And I think I'm going to use my red ink. And we're going to stamp thanks up on top. And then I'm going to wipe this off here. I'm going to take my seafoam and we're going to stamp it right below. We're going to stamp it one more time. Actually, stamp thanks right below that. I'm going to clean it off once more. And then I'm going to stamp it with my orange ink. And I'm going to turn it and making sure I take the ink off of my block. Got to wipe that. I'm going to stamp it down here. And then for finishing touches on this card, we're going to bring back the Color Essential gems. I'm going to add a gem to the center of our stenciled area. Just a couple of those gems, and that finishes that card. Now we're going to move along to window 23, which is our roller skate. Let's do some die cutting here. We're going to put together our skate, and we're going to just layer this piece right over our teal. I'm going to add, we have our bow, and there's a little piece that you add to the center of the bow that's really tiny. And so before we finish the skate, I don't want to lose it. So I'm just going to attach that real quickly. Let's just create our bow. That way we don't lose any of those tiny pieces. Okay. There's also a little rainbow too that you can add. I chose the wings for our card today. Let's go ahead and add our wheels next. Then we can add our little wheels here, and then our little stopper. We'll add this one. There we go. And then we can add our shoelace. We will add our lace here. And actually, before we add our lace, I'm going to add our wings. Let's add a couple of wings. Fancy schmancy skates. Okay, for my note card, we're going to use colored cardstock. I have a panel. Let me give you the measurements. This is a 2 1/8 of an inch wide panel, and it's going to go the length of my card base, so 3 3/4 inches tall is what you're going to need. But I'm going to take a circle punch, and I'm just going to punch out a circle on one side here, like that. Okay. And now we're going to stamp our greeting. I'm bringing back our stamp set from window number 19, and there's rolling by to say hi. I'm pretty sure it's meant to go with this skate. I'm bringing in my stamping positioner because I may have to stamp twice. Went ahead and stamped it. Rolling by to say hi. I'm going to layer it right down the center of my note card. Now I have several strips, thin strips of the same cardstock, and what we're going to do is just layer them at a diagonal. Right, just like this across. Let's see. I'm going to raise it up just a little bit, And then I'm going to glue them down on here. Now we're going to go ahead and add our skate here. Now we need some sparkle, so I'm going to bring in a little glitter and go over the wings of my fancy little skates here. You could go over the laces if you want, but I think the wings are just going to be fine. And that is that card. A nice little retro card. We'll put that with the rest, and then we're going to finish our final card today. We're going to do a little bit of die cutting. I'm going to die cut out the clover 3 times, and then I'm also going to die cut out our horseshoe with our gray cardstock. Now we're going to put together our clovers. I did ink blend a little bit of my, we're going to make 3 clovers. I did ink blend the edges with my seafoam ink just to give those a little bit of dimension. The nice thing about the clovers is all you have to do is layer right in the middle 2 of the same pieces. Just crisscross them. These are the prettiest clovers. And then we have those extra detail layers that we're going to add to the very top. I cut those out with the anchor cardstock too. Now for this card, we're going to go pretty simple. I have 3 different colors of cardstock that we're just going to mat together. They're in sizes that create a 3-layer mat. I'm going to glue all 3 of these together, and then we're going to put them on our note card. Now I'm going to add a white panel, and we're going to place this in the middle, kind of brightening it up a little bit. And then we are going to add our horseshoe. We will kind of angle it a little bit, and then I'm going to tuck my clovers underneath it. Kind of curve it around this side here. I think that looks really nice. I have a little bit overhanging, so of course, you know, we're going to trim that off. And then we need some sparkle. So I'm going to bring in my gems, and we're going to add a little bit of shine here. And you know, I'm also going to bring in my glaze and glue, and I'm going to go over the inside of my horseshoe. Give that a little extra pizzazz too. And it gives it a little shine. You can see there, that one's already dried. But that finishes off my final card today using the Spellbinders Crafty Advent Calendar. Merry Christmas Eve to you all, in case you're watching it on Christmas Eve. But here's a look at all 4 cards that we made today with days 21 through 24. And if you missed the other 3 videos, I have them linked down below in the description area in order that I created. So you can check those videos out, or over on my blog too. I have them linked over there. But have a wonderful day. I'm so glad you joined me with this fun advent calendar. Have a fabulous Christmas, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.